Well, well, well. It's looking like we're starting to make the right people afraid of us. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the initiative for Stop Killing Games has officially crossed 1 million signatures. That is right, 1 million signatures. Right now, it's currently sitting at 1.3 million. We have gone far and beyond where I was even expecting us to go. I think it was just about 3 weeks ago. We were sitting around 450,000 signatures, and now it's 1.3 million. That is insane. It is crazy, and it is just so good. It is so good because it feels like it's like a breath of fresh air. Finally, there's some hope and optimism towards some actual real change for the gaming industry. And it seems like the gaming industry is not really too happy about this. In fact, there's this group over in Europe. It is called Video Games Europe. It is a big combination of a whole bunch of developers and publishers who I guess try to lobby for, laws and stuff like that and everything for the gaming industry. And they are currently afraid. And they had to put out a statement for Stop Killing Games. And this is how it reads. We appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. That's great. We don't have an issue if you have to shut down your online servers. We just want to be able to create our own online servers so we can continue playing these games and not have these games taken away from us to where we can't even play them at all. That's all we want. But let's go ahead and continue reading. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. That's great. That's fine and dandy that you're complying with laws that's there to protect consumers. We just need to change those laws. That's what it's starting to sound like. We just need to change those laws. Private servers are not always a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and leave rights holders liable. Why would you be liable if something happens in an online server that you don't even host? People know when they go into these private servers that you're not liable for what happens in that server. And you securing players' data, not like Sony has had massive data breaches and leaked a whole bunch of people's personal information out there. So I don't know what y'all are talking about when it comes to that. Anyways, it says, in addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create. You're already spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these games. These development studios has completely exploded, and how many employees they have and all these layers of decision making that has to go into making these games is why these games are so expensive to create. If you just get rid of all that BS, you can create these games a whole lot cheaper. And making your games online only isn't a problem. It's just when you take away the ability for us to play these games online, that's what the problem is. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our position with policymakers and those who have led the European Citizens Initiative in the coming months. Yeah, they're going to be fighting this. They're going to be fighting this big time. And you may be asking yourself, well, who is this group? This is probably just a group of small, creatives and everything, right? No, this is actually a massive group of big people, big names in the games industry. Activision Blizzard, you got Bandai Namco, EA, Embracer Group, which owns tons of studios, Epic Games, Microsoft, Netflix, Niantic, Nintendo, Riot Games, Roblox, Sega, Sony Interactive, Square Enix, Ubisoft, WB, so many studios. This is a massive group. These are some big names. These are people that got billions of dollars, and this is what we're up against. But if these people are afraid, that's a good thing. That means that what we're doing, what this initiative is all about, is actually going to make a difference, and is actually scaring them, because that means that this initiative that is taking place right now, that people are signing to try to make a change for the games industry, is a real thing. This is a real thing that can happen. This initiative can actually make a difference for once. It can make a difference. It's not some change.org petition or anything. This is a legal government process. And I am just so hopeful that this actually does make a change. In the history of some of these companies, when it comes to shutting down servers, sending cease and desist orders, removing games from people's libraries, these companies have a very long, bad history of doing this. Like Activision Blizzard, they have shut off servers to games like Overwatch 1, a game that you had to pay for in order to play it. And when they released Overwatch 2, they shut down servers for Overwatch 1, and now you can't even play this game online if you want. And they have even gone as far as shutting down a World of Warcraft private server, Nostralius, in 2016 due to copyright infringement. So of course, Activision Blizzard is going to stand up against Stop Killing Games. And then you have Square Enix, who released Babylon's Fall on March 3rd, 2022. And just a year later, in February 2023, they shut the servers off to the game. And you can't even play this game offline if you want, because it requires a constant online connection. For EA, you have Anthem, which released in 2019. And they just announced that servers for this game are going to go offline January 2026. And since this is an online-only game, the game will no longer be playable. Most recently, you have Concord from Sony, which that game released August 2024, and just a few months later, in September of 2024, they shut the servers down. And then you have The Crew from Ubisoft, the game that started this whole initiative. Servers were shut down for this game in March of 2024. Now, this is a very small list of games that have had their servers shut down, games removed from people's libraries, and the access to even play these games in general just completely taken away from players. And so you can see how important this initiative is to allow players to have access to these games that people have paid for. We have paid money for these games, and we want to be able to play them. We don't want our access completely taken away. And when servers go offline, we would like for the ability to create our own private servers. That way we can play these games with other people and our friends online and not have to worry about getting cease and desist orders. Most of these companies, all they want to do is shut down their servers for these games. Then years later, when demand for this game has built up because the servers were shut down, they just re-release the game and they try to profit off of it again and sell the same game to us for a second time. And that's just not right. And so that is why this initiative is so very important. And it is currently at 1.3 million signatures. And that is a great thing, because Ross at Accursed Farms, who has started this whole initiative, has come out and stated that he has heard from other initiatives there have been an upwards from the most as he's heard is 250,000 signatures that are invalid, that they have had to take away from the initiative. And we're at 1.3 million. So we have crossed that mark, but because this is such a unique initiative and it's a worldwide concern, there's a very good chance there could be a lot more than 250,000 invalid signatures. So it is very good that we're currently at 1.3 million. If there's more than 400,000 signatures, we are in deep trouble. I really hope that's not the case. We would be in some deep trouble. And so I'm just trying to be cautiously optimistic that we are actually in the safe zone right now. But I could see us maybe let's just get to 1.4. I think that's just where it needs to be. There's not too much longer left to sign this petition. So if you are interested and you are in the EU, please go over and sign this initiative. So that way we can get to that 1.4, and hopefully that is the good safe spot to be for this. And I've heard some concerns from people saying that, oh, there could be some of these game developers or publishers could be setting some stuff up and paying people to go in and sign this initiative falsely to have invalid signatures to try to bring that number down below 1 million. And I could see how that would be the case, but this isn't a change.org petition or anything. This is a government process. And if they see that there's a lot of people that could be connected to some of these studios, that could get them into some serious legal trouble. And I don't see that being the case. I don't see these companies trying to do that because this is a government process. This isn't just a simple online petition. So again, I am very hopeful. I think we have got there, but just please go sign this if you can. If you're in the EU, please go sign this. I really wish I could sign it myself, but I'm not. I am in America, so I cannot sign this. I'm just trying to make a video to put this out there to spread the word. As small as my channel is, I'm trying to spread the word to get people to sign this initiative. And I want to end this video with a funny statement. And even Notch, the Minecraft creator, has come out in support of this initiative. He has actually come out against Pirate Software, which I'm not going to go over the whole drama of Pirate Software, but if you know, he is a content creator that is very strongly against this whole initiative. But Notch, the Minecraft creator, has come out against what Pirate Software has been saying, and he is even gone as far as to state if buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. And I think that is a very big statement from someone like him. And so I just want to leave it right there. I think that is a great way to end this. This initiative is close to its end. So this is probably going to be my last video about this, unless something big happens. This is probably going to be my last video talking about this until it ends. And then once it ends, I'm going to wait to see kind of what's going on. Like I said, if you are interested in signing the initiative and you're in the EU, please go sign it. I will have that link down in the description below. I will have links to Accursed Farms. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Give him some support on some of his other social media accounts. Show some love over his way. Anyways, that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Dude Retro. And I'll see y'all next time.